Hi, we're so awkward. I'm Brooke.
And I'm Rachel.
This month we're going to be making the
Funky Friends Factory William Whale.
That's right. If we all remember one of our first projects,
Patch the Pussycat.
It's from the same company.
Yeah, we wanted to give him another shot because Patch took us 8 hours.
And hopefully this one will not.
Yeah.
Now we did pre-cut our fabrics like a couple months ago. Or a month ago. And so we've got all of them cut and ready to go. So now we just have to put them together.
Yeah, it should take us no time, right? All right, let's get sewing.
Here are my pieces for my whale. I went with more of like an ocean theme color, and I have these really cool fishy fabric that I bought years ago at this really cool shop on Cannon Beach. And there's the throat. It looks like a throat. And Rachel has these really great pieces as well. Nice bubble look. It looks like coral.
I've got bubbles
and barnacles
and some Tula Pink.
Yeah, Tula Pink is the designer of the fabric. And the throat.
That's
and the
my
face.
throat. And this is the body.
Nice. We did good. Shout out to past Rachel and Brooke for cutting these fabric pieces the day before we were supposed to sew last time. So now they're all prepped and ready to go. We just got to remember what they were. I'd like to critique past Brooke for cutting the pieces out wrong and cutting them the wrong size, so side inside out, wrong side in, whatever. Now they don't match. So now I have to go back to my house and get the fabric.
So the second step after sewing your flippers together, you had to turn it inside out and then create a seam around the edge of it. And it was a little confusing the way it was worded, but we figured out it's supposed to be kind of like this, how there's like an outline there. So that's what you're doing. You're making a little outline around your flipper so it stays stiff.
And it'll give it like a 3D texture.
Yeah.
Like a little added little detail.
Yeah. So don't forget to put your 1/4 inch foot on your sewing machine, because I was not using my 1/4 inch and I thought I was doing 1/4 inch seams, but I wasn't. And so my flippers are going to be a little smaller than Brooke's, and my tail didn't fit. So that's how I figured it out. So you need to make sure that when you are sewing the body together, that way you won't, that you're using the 1/4 inch foot. So that way the tail fits better.
Very good tip. Hey, I'm noticing that you've got a lot of batiks going on over there.
I know. I actually used batiks on this one.
And I didn't, which is why I messed up.
Oh, how ironic.
I know. Okay, time to sew on the eyes. And if you look at our pattern piece, we have an eye there and a cheek there. And you can use felt, you can embroider them, whatever you're gonna do. We're gonna use
buttons. We have so many buttons.
So
who's got the buttons?
Many buttons. And this is about half of what we have in this room right
Who's
now.
got the buttons?
You've got the buttons.
It's that time of the month for our monthly tip. Just the tip. So Brooke was saying how she didn't know how to sew a button on with your machine. And I thought I'd show you. So you get your button, your fabric, and a little piece of stabilizer. And you want to have your machine on a zigzag setting. And you want to have your feed dogs down. And you want this number, which is the width between your zigzag, to be the distance between the holes of your button. Now I've already measured mine, so it's the 6 millimeter. And then you get your machine ready. You put when you're doing it, you want to measure, make sure with your hand to make sure that it's gonna not break your needle. And then you put your foot down and line it up, and then you just let it go. And it's going to do as many stitches as you want, and then you can end it.
And then you can just rotate it and do the other one.
And then you rotate it and do the other ones. And that's how you sew on a button. Hope that helps. When you're sewing your top seam of your whale body, please make sure you're paying attention to which is the top, because one of us did and one of us didn't.
You even laid it down though. I don't understand.
You were looking at it upside down. I kept wondering why you were putting the eye so high up on his head. Oh man, this is not easy like we thought it was gonna be.
I have to totally
We're
take
making
all
silly
of my buttons off, and I have to undo my entire stitching that I've done.
We're basically starting from zero for Brooke here.
I'm starting from zero.
Yeah. We thought this would be easy. What's
I'm
going
already
on?
a couple hours into this.
I know.
I don't have all day today. Update. We have just sewn our throat to our tummy pieces. And before I did that, I realized that I cut my throat. It says cut 2, 1 reversed, and I didn't do a 1 reversed, so I had to cut again.
Me too.
You had to cut
3 of the same throat.
Yeah. So what? I don't know about the past Brooke and Rachel situation anymore. I don't know about that.
Maybe past Brooke and Rachel were tired.
Maybe they were tired at the time. It was late. It was late. We are now sewing the top piece with the bottom piece. We've attached our flippers, and they're going to be tucked inside as we're sewing, and then when we return it, move it inside out, they'll just pop out and be like flippers.
So it's going to give birth to itself through its tummy hole.
This is where, though, we're going to be doing a lot of pin work, and you might see me add a lot more quarters to the jar.
Brooke, I don't think you're using enough clips.
I got the top with pins, because that's the most curvy, and the bottom with clips, and I have extra fabric. I don't know how Rachel lined hers up so well. This is going to be fun.
I didn't use nearly as many.
This month's plant of the month is the Shasta daisy, which is this massive mound of flowers in front of me. The Shasta daisy is a perennial, which means it dies back in the winter but comes back spring, summer to this big, huge gloriousness. And Shasta daisies are really cool because they're really great for pollinators, for bees, for hummingbirds, maybe a little bit of hummingbirds, butterflies mostly, bees and butterflies mostly. And they can make really great cut flowers. And every year they're going to get wider and wider and wider. And eventually you can, in the fall, dig them out, separate them so that you can create more patches in your yard. So you, after a couple years, you can take that clump and separate them and spread them out. And you can tuck other fun flowers in with them as well, like this crocosmia, which is really great for the hummingbirds. So, hope you enjoy this month's plant of the month.
Be sure to check your flipper before you turn your whale right side out, because I found that I did not catch the edge of my flipper in my seam allowance, and it's better to do it now than have to do it after you've birthed the baby and then have to put the baby back in itself.
Ooh. All right, it's time to birth the baby. We've stuffed the bodies, and now we're sealing the gaps that we used to stuff the bodies, and I'm doing a hand sewing
Which normally
because I had it ready to go, and Rachel is going to be using her machine, but she has to fit it in there
I
and
already
do
got
it.
part of it done.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Can she make it?
Yes, I can totally make it.
Oh my god.
It's not going to look as pretty as if I had done it by hand.
I'm in pain right now just watching you trying to do that.
Why?
Because it would hurt me.
Wait, I don't know if I got it all. I might have to readjust.
Oh no.
Nope, I didn't get it all yet.
Oh,
I'm
there's
still
a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole.
I'm still working on it. It's a process.
That's a wrap.
On our whales.
Yeah.
William the whale.
I'm calling this one Beluga the whale.
I might call mine Bill.
Who knows? I might rename it. We'll see. I haven't already thought about names, but this was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't as stressful as the previous cat, and so what did you enjoy?
I enjoyed making it. I like the colors of mine. This is like barnacles on their back, and then this is like their throat, and then just a coordinating piece, and I don't know what that is, like the bottom. And I really like how the tail just naturally kind of curves upward.
Yeah. So we didn't add the blowholes or the cheeks. I think it has enough features on it right now that I'm not going to probably add those.
Yeah. Our patterns are kind of distracting.
Yes. They're strong enough without them.
I definitely like this pattern way better than the Patch the Pussycat. There aren't as many pieces to it.
Yes.
And less seams that you have to worry about.
Yes, for sure.
The hardest parts for me were the seam allowances because I had 3/8, not 1/4 inch.
And the hardest
It's a
part
little
for
bit
me,
different.
so the hardest part for me was cutting out the pieces and getting them to directionally lay how you wanted to, but actually remembering to cut them reverse versus top. So 4 out of 5 fat quarters for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would totally make this again,
Me too.
or make a smaller one to have like a little baby.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and then subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss out.
Yeah. And until next time,
Don't forget to
be
be so awkward.
Ooh.